Hello friends, in this video we will see about the formulas tab and commands of Microsoft Excel. Formula tab. Now we use this formula tab to insert the functions, defines the name, create the name range, review the formulas and etc. In a review, formula tab has a very important and most useful function to make the dynamic report. In this tab we have four groups. The first group which you see is called function library. In Excel we have this almost 461 functions and they are available in the formula tab and under the function library group. And there are no need to learn every formula, for we can find formulas category wise such as financial, logical, then text related, date and time related, lookup and reference related, mathematical functions, and we have some more functions categories here. So if you see here in Excel, if you go to the formula tab, you will see the function library group. This is the first group we have in this tab, and we have all these commands here, all these formulas available in this functions library. The first we have this auto sum. Auto sum, this is used to apply some basic and most common functions in a worksheet, and it is also do auto sum. That means it will do automatically count the values and it will do automatically select the range. For example, here if in this cell I want to apply something like I want to do sum of these all values, so I can select the cell here and then I can go here and say I want to do sum. So if I click on this, you can see automatically it is added the function and it is also included the range. I just have to press enter and I'm getting the total value. That is the auto sum function. Same as this auto sum, we can do apply other things also, like the other functions also here, which is we have average, count, maximum, minimum. For example, I want to get average of these numbers here, so I just apply the average and now I get the average value. Even I can use to apply this maximum, minimum. These are like most common functions which we use normally. So it is automatically applying the function which is choosing the default range also, and we get the maximum number, and it is actually choosing the range from this same column. So sometime if it is not choosing the proper range, then you have to manually select them. Otherwise it automatically select the range from the same column where we are applying the function. Then you have this tab where you get some recent functions which you have used already, so you can use from these recent functions. Otherwise you can go on to search by categories. So there are 461 functions here within these categories. Financial categories, whenever you go to any function there, it will give you the preview of the syntax, and also it will give you the detail about the function, like what it is going to do. So when you go and hover the mouse there, it will show you the syntax preview, and also it is showing that what it is going to do. And also you are having some option there, tell me more. So if you click on this tell me more, it will take you to the online help where you can get the help from there about the function. So you can go and find out in these among functions what you want. So you can find out there are lots of functions. These are the categories we have, and then you have some more functions here like statistical, engineering, cubic, information compatibility, web related functions. So this group is all about to selecting the function. Now if suppose you don't know what function should use, so if you want to do something here and you don't know what kind of function I should use, you know what you want to do but you don't know what function we should use, so you can go on and search by using this insert function tab. This command will open this dialog box where you can search for some specific function by using giving some hint here, typing something about what you want. You can go on to search by categories, or if you don't remember the category also, then you can go for all. and then here you just have to type the word which you want to do. Like I want to do count. I want to count cells, and I say go. Now it is giving you the function which is all related to counting different things. So if you want this, you can select and you can see the syntax and you can see the detail what it is going to do. Counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Then it will do count if, it will do count the number of cells in the range that contains number. So as you know, then you can select this function, which is whichever function you want, you can select that, and then when you press OK, it will open the dialog box to insert the range and argument for the function. Like you are having this syntax of the function, like function, and then you have to give the argument. So now here you have to give the argument, what argument you want to give. You can select by normally by going here and selecting by this range like this, and then when you're done you can press OK, and it will show you the function where you want to see. Like I want to see here how many first name there, how many users are there. I just want to count them. So I don't know the function. I go here, I say I want to do search from all, and I want to do count the cells, and go. So you got these. So I want to count the cells. Now this count will do count the number cells, which cells contains the numerical value. This is not containing the numerical value, so I want to do this one. It will do counts the number cells in the range that are not empty. So I say okay, and then it is saying select the value. If you know, you can type the value, otherwise you can select the value manually from here, and then you press OK, and this is what you want, and then you can press OK, and now here you can see it is showing the count of that cells. So it is almost 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. It is actually 7 cells. So this is what you can use it from this. If you don't have an idea about the function, then you can use this insert function command to find out the function which you need. So it is not almost give you the perfect answer, but when you try more and more, you will be get used to, and you will know that how you should use this thing. But it is very good option, because instead if you try to find these functions among these all categories, it is very difficult task unless if you don't know the name exactly. So if you know the name exactly, then you can go on and you can do, like if you know statistical is the count function is here, so you can see it is here, so you can select from here and then you can give the values which you want. So if you know exact value, exact function name, and where it, and the category, then you can find it here in this. Otherwise you have to go on and search for every function, or this is the good idea to use this insert function command. Then you have next group. In the formula tab, we have next group, which is called defined names. This is also interesting tab where we can define the name ranges. We use this option to define the name of cells. That means range, name of cells and range, and the list of the already defined name can be viewed and in this name manager, and we can edit it if we want to change the range or cell reference of any defined name. Also we can use the defined name in formulas. So this is actually used to define the name. That means suppose if you want to, if you are using some range or cell multiple time, so instead of giving the address of the range, cell, or even a range, you can use to define the name from here. So once you have defined the name, then you can do what? You can use it in anywhere in the function or anywhere here in the cell. Like for example, this cell I want to use multiple time. So I say I want to define it here. So I will say, okay, this is Okay, this is just name. I'm saying this is name, and it is here, it is selecting that this is the cell which I'm defining some name. As you can see, it is very hard to give this name every time, so I can give only this. Now the name is defined, I can use it anytime, anywhere. Like I want to use it here in this cell, so I'll go press equal sign, and then the name, I remember I defined name. So as I type name, you can see that name which we defined, and then you can select it and press enter. What you will get? You will get the value which we defined. So we are getting what? We are getting the value from the cell which we have defined already. We can use this thing to define the range of cells also. Like I select this range, and then I go here and I say I want to define the range. So okay, this is salary. Okay, I say okay. The range is also selected, and I say no, press okay. Now I can use this in any other function also. Like I want to do the sum of all the salaries, so I'll use the function sum. Now instead of mentioning the range, I will define the name which we have already defined, salary, and then I close the function and enter, and what I get the total value of this all salary range. So it is doing what? It is using the range from the name. As you can see, it is using the range from the uh, name which we have defined already. So it has become easy for us to define some ranges every time, and it is also an absolute range, so I don't have to go for every time defining the range. I can use it anywhere in the sheet with any other function also. And here it is also saying like you can define it with some function, so you can use this from here for the using formula. You can just paste the name, that name which you have defined, or we can use to paste the formula here. Like if I say the name here, now again it is pasting the value which we have defined. And also you can manage it from here what we have already defined. We have defined these two. We can change it, we can edit it, we can delete it, or even we can create new one also. So if you want to edit it, you can edit the range, edit the selection, edit the name, or you don't want it, then you can, then it is no. And now we are getting error here. So we can also select the range, and then we can do create from selection also. So both are same. So this group is used to define the name for cells or range. Now the next group is about auditing the formulas. So whatever formula we create, if we want to get the auditing, like if you're facing some problem or error, then you can do audit the function, audit the formula. This option helps us to identify and relation of formulas by using this trace option, trace precedent and trace the dependent. So it will do what? It will show you the precedent and dependent cells of the precedent, like a formula cell. So it shows like this cell is dependent on some other cell, or if this cell is precedent for some other cell. Also we can just enable to see the formulas. So by default when you see the sheet, you don't know where the formulas are applied. So you can enable this to, you can click on this command to show all the formulas available on the sheet. Then if some error comes in the sheet, then you can check. Or sometimes if you are having lots of data, you don't know where the errors are, so you can check the sheet, entire sheet. You can check where is the errors. It will scan the sheet, and then it will show you the errors, where the errors are. And this is also important, where you can evaluate the formula. If you run some complex formula, you don't know how it is working, then you can do evaluate step by step. This one is to watch window. It is like watching one cell when you are working on another sheet. That means if I'm working on this sheet, that sheet is related, these cells are related to some other sheet in somewhere else. So I can watch that if I am changing here, so what is the effect it is putting on this sheet in this side. So because when I go to this sheet, I cannot see the other sheet, and when I go to this sheet, I cannot see the other sheet. So we can use this to do check what is happening when we change the function from here to there. So for example, here I'll show you in normal example. I'm giving some values here. Uh, 5, and here I'm giving 6. Okay, 8, 4, and now total of this, I'm using here one function that will add these two values, and we get 12. And let's add here, I'm going to add these two values, and okay, and here I'm adding these two values. Now if you see here, this cell is depending on here and this cell is on this one. So we don't know where and which function is using and from where it is connecting. So if suppose I select this cell, I don't want to that where is this cell is dependent or precedent of any cell. So you can select the cell and you click on this, trace the precedent. So when you click on it, it will show you that this cell is precedent from these two cells. Like if any value changes here, that will reflect here in this cell. And if I select trace the dependence, so it shows that this cell is depending on this one. So if anything goes here, then it will also reflect on this cell. So this is how we can guess like what cell is applying on from which cell, or which is depending and precedent from which cell. So it is just to evaluate, and if you want to remove those arrows here, you can remove all, or you can remove precedents, or you can remove dependents, or just there is no arrow. And this one will do what? Show you the formulas. Right now there are formulas here, here and here. We can't see the formulas. When we go to the formula tab, we can see the formula. Normally we can't see. So if you want to see where is the formulas, then you can do click on this and you can see where the formulas are. So these cells are having the formulas, and when you're done, then you can hide it. Now it is again hide. So now it is not showing the formula. Now if your sheet having any error, your sheet or your sheet, you can trace it. Right now it is saying the error check is complete in the star sheet, and there is entire sheet and there is no error. But suppose if I give here A, now what we get here, we get error here. Why we are getting the error? Because we use the cell to use the operator with the numerical value, but this is not a numerical value, it is alphabetical A, and this is why it is getting error here. Now when I check this, do I have any error here? So what it is showing, it is showing that cell name, which is we are having an error in cell L5, and that is this one. And what is the error? A value used in the formula is of a wrong data type. This is wrong data type because it is for numerical data, and here it is the alphabetical data. What you can do here, you can help on this error, you can see the help on this error. You can go to online source to get the help. You can show the calculation steps. You can see what is happening here. Show calculation steps is same as like this one, evaluate formula, and we can ignore the error also. We just ignore, and we can edit the formula. Like if you select this, then it says okay, try to edit the formula, and then okay, resume. Now we have one more error here. So when I say next, so it shows this next error also. And this is also what a value used in the formula is of a wrong data type. Again, it is a wrong data type. Next, there is no other error. We have only these two errors. So this is the errors we have. And one more thing you can do here, trace the error. So if you click here and you say I want to trace the error, where is it coming from? So now you can see where the errors are coming from. It is coming from here and then from here to this cell. So if I fix this value, now all the values are correct and I can remove the errors. And when I check no error, then we have option here to evaluate the formula. So if you are having some complex formulas, then you can do evaluate with this formula evaluation. Like for example, I'll do some complex formula here. I say first this value plus with this value, but in a bracket, so that it will done first, then multiply by this value, and then from there minus this value. Now I get what this. So it is like something complex. So what I want to evaluate, how is it working, or if it is getting error, so where it is getting from. So it can evaluate, we can evaluate it by stepwise. So if I want to evaluate, so I can go for this evaluate formula. So the cell which I selected is this. Now you can see the formula here and it is showing you the formula. Now you can do evaluate by one. So when you click on one time evaluate, so you can see it is converting that for range, the cell address into the value. Now it will convert this, you can see the underline. So now it is converted into these values from the cell. And then what it is going to do? It is adding those values. So it is added the value and now we get what? This. Now next what it is going to do? So next it is going to get the value from this cell reference. Okay, now it is get it. Now it is going to multiply. And then it is now try to calculate the value from this range. And now it is finally going to divide or subtract. And here is the total. Again you can do start. So you can do calculate, you can see the whole formula stepwise. So if any one step is getting error, then you can see okay, in this step it is getting error. So this is for evaluating the formula. Next is to watch window. This one is to just watch the window, like any cell if you want to keep watching while you are changing some other cells. So if you click on this, it will open this watch window. Now you can add the cell. So I have selected this cell. I say add this. Now it is added here. Now it will remain up open if I go to another sheets. If you see, I'm going to another sheets, but this window is still open and it is still showing those values of those cell and what it is using. So if I change anything in these cells in this sheet, if it is related to this sheet, then you can see the changes. Okay, let's relate it. So I will do what? I will add this plus from this sheet I will add these plus, and I will add this, and I get some value error here. Okay, that's it. Okay. Because I am not giving properly. Let me try again. This one plus this one. Okay. This one, and then this one. So I get this value here, 64,935. Now you can see the value here. Now it is depending on the cell here. So if I change the value from here, it will also change. So while the window is open, I can change these things here and I can see the changes there. And I can see the changes there. So that is what for the watch window. So you will keep seeing that for window, for the cell in that window and the detail of the cell while you are working on some other sheet on some other cells which is related to this cell. So this is what the formula editing group we have. The last group in formula tab we have calculation. This group, if you want to switch the calculation from automatically to manually calculation and manually to automatically calculation. By default, when you add any function, any formula in your sheet and when your values changes, so automatically all the related values, all the related functions will also update. That is what automatically calculation. You can do what? You can disable the automatic calculation, you can put it on manual also. For example, here if you see, these values are depending on these cells. So if I change this one to 6, so you can see it is also changing this one and also this one. Why? Because it is automatically defined. By default, automatically it changes the value because it is set to calculate the formula automatically. So in this group, if I click on here, by default you see it is set to automatic. So I can set manually. If I set manually, that means it will not automatically update. I have to update it with using this command, calculate now, or even calculate the whole sheet. Calculate the active sheet, because if you have multiple sheets, so you can only calculate a particular sheet which is selected, or you can calculate the whole workbook. So if you disable it, right now I set it to manual. Now this time when I change these values, 10, now you see it is not changing to 20. It is not changing because I disabled it. I said manual calculation. So manual calculation, that means it is not automatically reflecting here and here. So I have to do it now manually. Whether you select the cell or not, you can go here, you can say calculate now. And now it is what? Calculating these values. So because I disable it to manual, if I configure it to auto and if I change any value here, it will then automatically change the related values. If you put it on manually, and then if you change anything, it is not changing, and you have to update it from this command. There is one more option to choose automatic except for data table. Data table is the different table. It is not like this table, normal table. It is the data table which you have in like a pivot table or something, but it is not like a normal table. This is the different table. So it is still the automatic table, the normal table will still work. Only this data table, in the data table it will not work. So either you choose manual or auto, or you can calculate now, or you can calculate the active sheet or entire workbook. So this is the last group we have in formula tab, and this is the last thing we have in this video. So I hope you have liked this thing. So till next video we will see something else. Till then, have a good day and thank you.